There's a list of criteria that the Social Security Administration publishes in terms of the mental abilities, meaning what it takes to be able to survive in a job, and what types of things, the mental limitations that you might have that would make it so that you wouldn't survive. And I want to talk about a couple of things in there. Now, for example, one of the standards they say that if an employee can't do this, they're going to have a hard time keeping a job, is the ability to remember work-life procedures. Did you have problems with that?
Yes.
Give me an example.
I guess the best way to example is go from the other way. When I volunteered everywhere, since I wasn't employed, they gave me a list of instructions of what I couldn't do. But if I messed them up, they would just talk to me. They wouldn't write me up or anything along that lines where I would lose my job.
Another one is the ability to remember and then to carry out short and simple instructions. Do you have trouble with that?
Yes.
Give me an example.
When I was working at, another job I quit back in Louisville, I was working for Big Lots, and the manager, I guess, when they hired me, forgot that I was disabled. And so she was getting actually pretty tired of me coming up to her and go, "Now, what did you want me to do? Now, where was this located at?" And finally one day, she must have got really tired of it and said, "Okay, Mike, you're going to work with me. I'm going to show you how to do things." And the way she said it and the tone that I took it, I ended up saying a few nasty words and left.
Another one of the criteria is the ability to maintain concentration and attention for extended periods. Did you have problems with that?
Oh, yes.
In what ways?
When I was working for the government, too much attention on the computer to anything really started to bother me. Before I quit there, they took me off the computers and just put me on paperwork. But for me and my seizure disorder at the time, and from what Dr. Nash had told me about people that are dyslexic, you can't do that to them because they get jumpy. And I was supposed to put out like 200 pieces of paper an hour. If you got 2 from me, that was lucky.
Do you have difficulty sustaining an ordinary routine without special supervision? You're supposed to come in every day and do the same thing. Were you capable of doing that daily?
No, because every time I went into the places I was working, things would switch. And since I worked in the human service area of where I worked, that was very hard to deal with. Even when it came to working at the government, like I said, the seizure issues came.